Esports. Malmo, we're back, and so is NBK. Starts off by getting fallen immediately. Phelps tries to battle back. It's Fur instead, though, that gets Kenny at long. Phelps does win his exchange against Body. Watch the HP on Apex. He's trying to run away from Fur, and Fur knows it's trying to chase him down in return. Can't quite get there in time. NBK does a valiant effort, but misses 2 key shots. And unfortunately for him, that's going to be the end of him and potentially the round because shot goes around. But meanwhile, Apex is looking at A. NBK 1 against Fur. No trade back from the second player in the window just yet. NBK still holds off. coldzera goes down. That shuts down the first side of the approach. Kenny shuts down the bomb. 13 seconds. That could be the round in itself, but he finds Taco with quickness as well. Back toward the stables. Just testifying Fallen, who has an AWP. He's trying to save it at this point in time. Buy some time for G2 to decide how they wish to approach the situation. They're going to jump through it. Fast shot from Fallen in the AWP. Kenny is sitting in the open. He has to make a split decision. And no one presents himself for a shot, so back into the site he goes instead. Top of the mid. Can't quite catch the shot. As Fur gets in behind the smoke at the doorway. Cold's wrapping back around, but Body getting Fur will open up space and time for the players inside of A. Meanwhile, Taco, he'll get through. Shox is still not left B, so Body's looking to see where Taco's going to go. Still a smoke at long corner means Kenny can also turn his attention toward the balcony. But Taco reads it accordingly and gets the call from his teammates that they are still locked out from the long corner, and if he goes alone, he goes down.
This is big by Taco. Kenny has and Body holding the A side, like he said. Shoxy waiting towards B. This kill pretty much decides it. Spots the barrel of one and takes down Body to begin with, but Kenny S still alive. Molotov at his feet as well, but he burns. 5 seconds remaining. Does the bomb go down in time?
I think it just does. Yeah, it was in position around 6 seconds. Over toward B. Fast, but not quick enough to get to long corner. He's going to play from Statue instead, and they are going to rush it. So never mind what I said about slow pace. They go directly into Kenny. The man we said was the threat in the round. He's already found a kill. Body collects Phelps, as they drop inside. Phelps is going to drop down with bomb. Body's the one with the kill. Fallen, coldzera, the only 2 remaining with bomb inside of the site. They have managed to pick up 2 kills on the SK side. Gives them still a chance. Fallen is desperate to try and find a gap in the smoke anywhere to utilize the AWP, but Kenny is going to swing out, find him quite quickly. Fast snap, easily done. And it's on to coldzera. He's pulled one back, but double peek. Or would he? Because NBK rotating around holds off Phelps. That would have been the second man in the pinch. Apex wins first duel, second as well. Bomb down. He may have recovers the round. 20 HP, runs inside of the doorway so as not to be found. Taco, he certainly will be. His Body comes back through connector after his lurk goes a little bit late. That's Fallen easily able to find the shot back though with the AK swapped over. 3 kills for Fallen. Bomb to be planted in the last possible second. And Body gets closer, but not quite close enough to capitalize immediately after the bomb goes down. He has a kit to work with. Fallen doesn't quite know where he is, but he's going to play the short angles inside of the site, not reveal where he's gone. And Body knows he's likely to be behind the hut. Has to consider barrels as well. So there's a secondary angle, but Body looks directly closer toward the site. Shock's still waiting with a smoke in hand. If that goes down, it's going to be 30 seconds when it's landing. About 13 when it's clear to bypass. Taco has the bomb as well at bottom middle. They've got a lot of work to do if they're even going to get toward the site. And I'm curious if SK even bothers. It looks like they will. Taco's going to go first. Fallen falls back to try and get a smoke out toward the balcony. NBK is going to smoke off APC so they can't wrap around. And that also means taking away the angle to find Shox at barrels, who could peek out at any moment. He's going to wait. Body's already dropped the bomb on the inside of the wall. That's it. Round done, surely. SK still pursues for kills only, but kills will not be enough, as Fallen is left between 2, and they know not to peek. And he'll go immediately onto the platform at A. So good work done early this time by SK to get the man advantage. It means they can slow it down and go toward a site, but even when they do, they walk in for clean contact. The contact that might save them is Phelps as he gets behind Shox, opens up APC, opens up the ground above the wall. Slight gap in the smoke at cannons, but Apex can't utilize it because Phelps continues.
And now 1 smoke remaining. Kenny S gives away his position top and middle. Have a default here. Could be the, it's all 5 players towards A. They're going all in, but the flashbang's perfect. Kenny S, he thought he had a guaranteed frag there. It wasn't meant to be. The smokes are looking so good. He has no opportunity here. Misses another shot.
Got to be careful not to fire into those smokes and hit his teammate on the other side of the door. Phelps gets through into the hut, finds 2 on rotation. They didn't expect his presence so soon as coldzera gets Body. At least pulled the round back into somewhat of a winnable situation, however, though, because getting cold down, it's all on to Fallen. 36 HP, knows they're both out toward long, or does he? Because he's still looking inside of the site. Smokes will allow them to cross. Gap in, they know he's shot, and Apex is able to swing it more. Quite commonly as well, flash over. That won't catch anyone. Cold's able to back off. Taco spotted it coming, but not the second one. So Taco behind Statue has to give up ground. He still manages to swing to find Kenny, but it lets Body close enough to find Phelps. Won't matter. Taco He realized his mistake, or at least his misdoings, in the fact that he could not see them, and makes up for it, makes amends with his teammates, but they're still only up by 1, and Fallen's taking damage. Shox is getting a few shots in with the Glock at range, but he better find 3 of them quickly because he's the only one left alive. Bomb, he's going to bypass for now, just go for
something
kills.
to work with. NBK will recover the M4A4. There was no flash used by... Oh, so then this can actually fall apart.
Yep, Taco goes down at corner. That's the only other M4. They're going to get to it as well, which means the MP9s need to find kills. This is a disaster that starts with over-aggression from the very beginning as Cold tries to get back in toward drop room. Spotted already. Headshot easily found by Apex. 1 versus 5 for Fallen. MP9 upgraded to UMP. People pushing through smokes before. Still going to watch down toward the bottom of middle as well because now Cold's in a position to support. However, they've lost Phelps, which means Fallen has other worries. He's got to consider the connector as well. Cold, good shot down below. Fallen recovers, finds Kenny. Exactly the play they looked for. The crossfire set with Cold getting closer. A single obligation for the AWP, and it's easy to find the sights aimed in the right direction. 3 versus 3. Shox is inside of drop. Fallen with an AWP would be the first to confront. Taco has to move off at long. He's got to get closer inside of the site. He knows they're coming that direction. Molotov will reveal. He's got an AWP at the ready. Misses the first shot, however. And the double up inside of the site. Good find. Good read that they're going to be toward drop room. He stopped moving. I'm a bit curious with that, but the nade came in. The HP, he didn't have much places to hide anyway. As Fallen gets found standing still as well. It's Cold Zera that has to pull it back down to a one-on-one. Finds the first kill on Apex. And with mere fractions of time left on the clock, the bomb has to be planted. It's not going to be, but the kill comes in. It was an exchange. Smoke dissolves. 2 of the AKs. All gonna come in from drop. Guns need to find openings, and they've taken the close choke point to try and do so. Excuse me, MBK swings out, does find an opening, makes it work, but traded back by Fur immediately. Good shot to find Phelps. Wasn't sure he was even gonna get that far. Fur was a step closer, he may not have body. Good find on Cold, but Taco, good position inside of KFC. It one-ups them again. And it's down to a 2 versus 2 though, because they do still manage to find Fur. Chance to get a plant as well because they've got Taco. This suddenly changes. It's not even with the AKs in which they find most of the damage. It's body on the CZ75. And Fallen is expecting the tree boost. This is actually a very good read based on the smoke down. He's looked away. Is it the wrong time to do so? They won't be able to push all the way up the alley with the second smoke down. Kenny will have to rotate back around. Now he sees body. Still the anticipation is correct. Knows that they're going to be close. It's pistol versus pistol. It's Kenny versus Fallen. It's all versus timing. I almost thought he was going to fire into it. Typically he does. Decides to adjust. Fires between them that time, so he's pushed back even further. Becomes a bit of a problem because that left Fur hanging. He was stuck in danger with people on both sides. Cold's going to have to rotate quickly to get toward the balcony. Fallen goes barrels. Already spotted. Good shot by Apex, and I think you're right. This round is done. Cold. He's waiting for someone to get inside of Hut. NBK's already there. He's going to try and run and retreats, and NBK is just going to shoot him in the back of the head. They're starting to move. Contact made. Fallen needs to run. He starts to do so, and that means Phelps and Fur have to play efficiently. They can't peek. They can't get overzealous. They've got to win duels, and they will. Fur finding 2. He looks for the 3rd, and he's got it! And it's enough for SK. It took them a while in the end, but 16-11, and of course it had to be Fur.
Yeah, that's so good from Fur. What a tournament it's been from him so far. Matt, with those 3 kills towards the end as well, that means he gets the 30 bomb.
Actually reverse this, though. He could flank back as Phelps just has to stay alive. Cold's getting closer to T-stairs.
Here he
Timing
comes.
could be everything. Shox is going to have no idea. Execution, it's down to Kenny, but he's in between the 2 of them, and the bomb is there. They have to confront, they have to fight. Kenny goes back out. No refrag because the angle never presents itself. It's Shox inside of the pit that's going to set the crossfire with Kenny, who gets back toward the library, and Kenny actually gets the kill. Taco makes a quick entrance, dropping down quickly into the picture and making short work of Shox. Meanwhile, Cold Zero.
He had an M4 just jump around the corner like that.
Oh, it's not even like he was going to bait in a shot for Kenny. Oh, NBK, okay, fair enough. Snaps back
Getting the
to find Phelps who whiffed, but it's still a desperate attempt because he runs out into 3 men staring him down. His body and Kenny sit at the top of middle. And shall hope that luck is on their side. Like a black light, the flaws will be drawn because
the library, that's Kenny. Bodies on the site. He's got the M4 to work with there.
Fur gets around the corner after flashing off pit. They get closer, but Kenny, he's still going to deny them. Body does set a crossfire on box, looks for more, and they'll shut them all down. To hold off the site. Fallen in quickly. Flashed off. That holds him in position, and just before the smoke blooms, Apex is able to take advantage of it. Not only that, I think it caught the edge of the Molotov, meaning it didn't deploy correctly. There's a gap. They throw a second. There's still a gap, but they make it by as Apex is pushed off the angle. Fur finds MBK before they can rotate to his aid. Therefore, 3 versus 3. Bomb to be planted. Taco and Fur that have to hold off together, make that just Taco, because Fur Oranges 2 is very exposed. Good flash. And G2 find a second.
But he falls back now. And now SK with such a huge advantage. 5 players up, still with smokes available as well. Someone needs to find a frag back here. They can't just sit on the bomb sites. There we go. MBK trying to make it happen. Gets 1, but it's not enough.
Could have been 2. If he'd hit the first shot and reset that fast, he could have found them both, but Phelps takes him down. 1's not enough. And a 4 versus 2 where they spot Shocks inside.
Nade to the face.
Taco wanting ever closer, inching in. Just showed a kneecap because they fired down. That nearly gave him 2 kills because they walk in. He's able to find the first on Shocks, but Body trades back.
Okay. Now in the pit once again. We need him to step up here. Instead, it's been a quiet tournament for him so far. That's right, presumably for Apex here, but smoked off again.
Smoked off and pushed back. Flashes plenty everywhere, all around. And Fur is omnipresent as well as he continues onto the site. The advantage.
Wow.
What a shot from Taco. Just obliterates Apex, and it's down to MBK, and he's going to be surprised.
Still in towards the sandbags area here. Needs to be very careful. He gets fully blind. Taken down by Phelps. Refrag by Shoxy.
Good refrag indeed. Flash out gives him position to swing out again, but Taco's aware of it, reads it, takes the shot. Apex forced back inside of the site on 14 HP.
This is a 3-man stack towards B here. Apex, surely he gets nothing done. How can he find a frag from New Box? I guess he just hopes they don't anticipate him being there, but a lovely shot from Taco brings it to 3-on-2 and no kits available, Matt. Body and Kenny S on the retake here.
Cold. Okay, he did see Body. I was going to say he was posted up and walked away just as he came into picture, but he does set and ready with the WP flash bounce. Forces him off the angle, goes back and Cold. Pushes up the hallway. Gets closer to Body. They're going to bust out. Try and go by the AK. They've actually evaded the damage.
Whoa.
He's reset the aim, though. And Body does get away with 2 kills, but it looked a bit sloppy for a moment. Shocks will clean it up.
Forward CT spawn, and then you have a second one when the bomb goes down. But Fallen trying to frag here with the USP, can't land anything, but First certainly can. So good with the USP! 3 kills in total, looking for the 4th.
Gonna try for it, go back out. He's got it, and he may get the AC. Runs out of 1 bullet more that would have light. Does massive damage on a Kenny S because he's the one without armor. So the AWP is heavily hindered already as Phelps pushes back through a smoke. Arch side, he wants to get closer again and perhaps even nuzzle in toward the cubby. There's a gap he may utilize, but it gets used against him instead by Shocks. And Kenny's still to the site, trying to push Kenny off the angle so the Cold can capitalize. Flash out. Shocks is exactly positioned accordingly, and the AWP from Kenny is still causing problems because now it's fair game. Now it's gets ready. Flash for back up the stairs, but it opens Kenny to the angle. And although we didn't see it, that's exactly what happened. Fur went back out to peek again, and the AWP was already set and ready. Not making any noise, clicking in for the vision. Phelps pushes back through the smoke, however, flashing himself out! Noise is made, though, by NBK, and he's not even going to look. Oh, did he see him when he looked back that direction? He certainly did! Taco was hoping he could hold trigger discipline to find the bomb as well. It's not worked out. It's all gone wrong, and Fallen has to clutch back with just the AWP. I say just, he's got a kit and a flash. Call the decoy what you will. We know Kenny's quick on an AWP, so too is Fallen. He might be up to the task. MBK plays toward the graveyard at Apex. This time we'll go back on the box of death in which his teammate, Fallen's teammate, that is, went down, and MBK
leading the charge and getting them back into this game. This is their map pick. Goes towards Banana once again. It's Bird to get the first frag, but they don't anticipate a second. Phelps has the advantage now, but surely this refrag comes through. Oh my god, how is he still alive?
And he may get, he may have gotten more because Kenny was on the AWP. He had to go to the pistol. Not for the ammunition situation.
So that could be a bit of a misplay from G2 here, but still, they'll find the frag, or maybe they won't. It didn't last for long, did it? Taco takes down MBK. And in terms of the general setup now for G2, it's going to be Phelps waiting for them at Banana. Not going to check this. They're going to run past him. He can't find the frag, though. Shoxy finds the key headshot there. And this should be a G2 round with Apex, that lovely flank coming through.
Not so much that he's got the smoke pull, but they walk in, but it works to distract Body enough for Phelps to find the kill.
Yeah.
And Fur to help.
The fall off and the steps made actually negated the player. Going in first. Who finds the shot? It's Fallen. 5-on-3 now as he smokes off. Tries to buy some more time.
His second kill in the round and an important one on Phelps. They'll push together. Smoke off on the low side of the arch.
Making a lot of noise as well. Body, he'll enjoy that free kill. Why are they doing that? On the CT side, flashbangs coming in, and Fallen and Cold Zera both in this area.
This is a wall inside of the A side. It isolates Pit. Means Taco's got to sit. Good shot, Apex and Body. Taco gets above them. He needs everything, all the vision he can get. They're already behind him. They're going to find him. This is
going towards Arch side, and Fallen surely can't do anything about this. There's a bit of damage towards MBK, but The flashbangs are good, but not good enough. Body and Apex doing work here on the A side.
All the way back around, he's in the very open position. Flash out, dodges it, looks back, finds body, resets the angle, but Apex won't be occupied. But the post plant, last second defuse. Double miss from Kenny, gets them closer, but he makes up for it, finding Taco back towards spawn. Cold enough company over toward B. You hear the jump? Doesn't matter, finds Kenny anyway. Goes back and nails Shocks as well! Fast as ever from Fallen, and suddenly they have the advantage and rotations are on point. They've got good damage into MBK, but it's a double up situation, and they need both kills. Missed shot Fallen. Let's investigate. Come up with a solution as to their approach. Their approach is going to be a walkout approach straight onto the A side. It works for MBK. He goes down, but Body makes up for it. They now have access to plant, and Fallen is the only one directly close by, but Fallen for G2.
Body and Shoxy now to defend. They have no utility between them, but the crossfire setup. Shoxy watching towards quad. And that's where Fur and Fallen are heading towards. Surely Shoxy's goes down any second. There it is. Too many positions to watch. Body's got a huge
presence felt already by taking down Fur.
5-on-4. Looking very good now. Apex has been playing like an absolute beast. 3 in total, all headshots, of course. And now looking for the 4th. He can't get it, but Kenny S secures the round. Double overtime. 1 round will do it. And Fallen, though, does find the first shot. MBK goes down, 5-on-4. Apex, right, as soon as those flames go down. Flashbang comes through.
Mirage. Apex flashed it again. Last time found 2 kills. Same position that he finds. His first this time as he takes down Fur, lines up toward Cold Zero. He's on 7. Molotov goes into it. Knows that the Molotov means they're getting desperate to hold position. And G2 completes the comeback. Unlikely it seemed at one point in time. Smokes are down. Shocks will wait. He can't go through the smokes. He's got to just be patient inside a connector. So too does Apex. Apex doesn't want to be because a flashback in. It nearly works except for the fact that they smartly know if you're going to push the smokes, you're going to go to the bench. And if you go to the bench, we'll just light it on fire. So damage was already in place. And shots to follow as Kenny gets back into Phelps after he had a lovely shot onto Shocks.
That could be the round done. They have no kids on a retake and 4 kills to find as well, but it's Kenny S that can't hit that shot, but MBK suddenly does. Still going to give it an effort here. It's going to take some very quick kills coming in, and SK just denying absolutely everything right now.
Kenny will wait patiently for the player Tetris to reveal. Gets a better angle, but still can't hit the tight shot as Fallen wins and pulls it back, but MBK still doing his best. Level best as well. Fur's extremely low. They'll still have some coverage toward the windows as Cold goes down. NBK does as well. That opens up Cat to both approaches, but it's Apex that's made his way all the way inside of the site before such time that they make contact. So he needs to limit his angle and win the duels. Finds the first one. Fallen's close. AWP wins the shot instead. Kenny is always fast. I thought he was aiming at the player dropping. He hit the one that was already on the ground.
5 seconds as well. I think he's done enough here.
Bomb's not going to be planted. It can't be. He didn't get there in time. Fur's got Kenny down, but they MBK becomes the man we need to keep an eye on, and Fallen tries to keep a very close eye on him, scoped in toward connector. Oh, a flash taco! Had every chance. Quick to the trade. Shocks doesn't want to fire too soon because he can't shoot over the box with an MP9. He wants to surprise them, and he certainly does surprise Fallen, but Fur on low HP manages to get him back. It's all the trade wrapping back toward him. He hears it, but is he ready for it? Certainly is. Headshots on both! MP9? MP mine. Shocks takes 2 and collects the bomb. It is all his.
That's so sick from Shoxy. Finds the man advantage and then some. As Kenny S takes down Taco from the apartments. But Fur, he does get one back.
By NBK. Jump up. Fallen spots it. Waits for the secondary peek. Knows what the jump likely means. They line up, but he can't get them both. Does do damage to each of them, and that gives Fur a chance in the AWP. Information as well. A little bit panicked to try and throw the nade out toward MBK and not get taken down, so he misses by a pixel. But it's just 30 HP for MBK.
Needs his debate in. One pistol's here, but that's giving it up. Kenny S hits the first 2 shots. Of course he does. Beautiful stuff there towards connector.
Remarkable as always. His Phelps gets back into Apex. Body is still very close. No utility in front of them because there isn't any available. That's been the problem for SK. As Kenny finds his 3rd, not aware that Cold has made it inside onto Tetris. And Cold is lethal.
Every single shot for him. Apex is feeling aggressive.
Which is a bit curious because Kenny did.
Fell apart. This time we got Cold Zero, who saved an AK-47. You fed him 2 kills now. Smoke down towards CD spawn, but Shoxy, he's found some ground to move on, and now he gets...
Shocks Finds Fallen immediately. Kenny's still inside of the smoke at mid-window, but it's through the connector. They approach, and Phelps boosted up, finds Apex. Kenny surprises him ever so slightly from the corner. Shox becomes a bit of a factor in his positioning. Smoke off the jungle is wise, but there it is. Shox, AWP behind. Catches off Fur entirely. Smoke will limit the entrance of Kenny, but he actually just pushes through it to find Taco, and suddenly Cold, at Firebox of all places, has to try and clutch back a 1v3. Not much movement for him here. It's all about accuracy. Finds a shot on NBK, not enough for a kill. It's B that they go fast, and Cold can't hit shots, but is positioned with Taco. And together, they do open the fragging, and they drop the bomb temporarily, as Kenny gets a lovely shot back in return. Cold makes up for it, but that's when Apex makes his entrance be known from Catwalk, and known indeed, because finds 2 kills, gives himself a chance fighting forward, but he'd have to find all 4, the 2 remaining.
Certainly has a little go at the A-ramp, but didn't find anything just yet. Very fast approach from Apex, and hits yet another headshot. Takes down Taco with a fast approach in the Palace area. There's the double frag.
You say that, but they're going to make their best efforts at doing so. Shot to be smoked Molotov and covered off. So he gets toward the balcony, close angle, and Fallen finds 2 from it. Nearly, it's one who dropped right in front of him. Apex with his back. He could be caught by the AWP. Meanwhile, though, he waits for Taco, who's tagged, taken down by Apex. In the end, who swings. Shot. Oh, I was going to say good shot from Fallen. It looked like he had the lineup perfect, but Shock's underneath of it. Gets the headshot back on the AK and MBK. Not much he's going to be able to do, especially if body hit shots like that. Fur will get information, but now they know where he is in turn. Shox, does he go for the window bank? Certainly does. Damage down to 34. Finds somehow for a gap between where the bullets are and where he's from him. All AWPs. I think he starts saving, and he oversteps the mark. He's found. Cold Zero finds a kill right away, but like you say, 3 ops.
No kid.
Started Taco down, and now they open the floodgates toward B. Cold finds the first already on an M4 with no response. Damage, good headshot, but can't find 3 as Shox will continue to walk in toward Phelps. Smoke off, not even. He's thinking about which nade to throw if he wanted to deny with a Molotov. Can't do it. Kenny walks around and finds the AWP bomb. Dropped, however, in the clutches of Fur. That changes the complexion of the round altogether.
2-on-2 now. You're absolutely right. With that bomb down, it gives SK a firm advantage in the situation. Still a minute to play with here, and only flashbangs available for G2.
All focus is heading toward the bomb in that doorway. This gives Fallen as well a chance to get in position. And he's done exactly that. Realized as well that Shox crossed back over. I think, did Shox see to bait that out? I'm not sure, but he needed to get inside of the site. They certainly had no information because Kenny walks directly into his crosshair. Retake's not done yet, though, because Shox, with 8 HP, has pulled it off, and against an AWP, if Fallen misses, the AK can still win. The AK's tagged him down as well on 66, and he'll remain with the AWP drawn. He does not have the information. The damage is substantial because the pistol would actually be the better gun to utilize in this situation. As Shox looks for map point and SK look for salvation, a chance to get perspective of G2 to give Shox the peek. Dear God, it would be a problem. It still is. Body gets all 3 kills in fashion from G2. He survives with 3 HP, but MBK hits Fallen. Not only that, they find Cold Zero. It's all onto Taco. And he's up. Finds Fallen. Good timing from Phelps. Gets Apex and also a gun for the Molotov. They'll nade and smoke him off, do everything to just keep him out of the equation so that they can get toward the site sooner. As Cold goes to reverse firebox on a P250. It didn't work for Phelps when he played it a few rounds ago. More often than it does at this level as MBK and Shox start the end of it. Down to Taco again, just 1 to go. And G2 will find themselves in a semi-final, knocking out the world #1 currently. And for 2 tournaments in a row is an earlier exit than SK would have planned for. Impressive from G2, I have to say. More so if the information I was relayed is correct, because they looked sorted on Mirage.
I'm lost for words how G2 have come back and won this series.